Well, you all, guess what? The Joy-Con drift finally hit me. It's hard to believe that I've had a Switch since launch. It is almost 4 years at this point. 4 years that this has still been an issue, and at this point I haven't had the Joy-Con drift until now. And it's really shocking to me, in all honesty, especially since I've had 7 Switch-related RMAs. In case you do not know, I have had multiple RMAs related to the Switch, meaning that I have sent my console or my accessories back to Nintendo to get some kind of repair done on them. Now, I'm not going to go over all the details here. I do have a playlist with my details and videos talking about my experiences, and mind you, Nintendo and their support has been very nice and accommodating this whole time. I'm more annoyed, if anything, at the hardware itself, not the level of support I have been getting. But in short, a few of the greatest hits, you can say, I guess, are I ended up getting a Pro controller on launch. I charged it one time to the max. I used it until the battery was depleted and it died. It never worked again. You could not get any charge into it. You could not get any power or usability out of it. I also one time had a time where my Switch quite literally bent. Like the console bent. I don't know, those are 2 of my favorites. Maybe a third one, a good runner-up, is when I sent in my system for repair and I got it back and nothing happened to it. So I had to send it right back in the same box within like an hour to get the actual repair and everything done. That's maybe been the only super negative thing on there. But hey, what's going on, everyone? It's me, Mr. Mario, and even though I'm not showing up on screen here, I just don't feel like getting my camera out for this. And I'll be honest, I don't feel like getting out 8 hats. I had 7 hats to represent the 7 RMAs that I wore in the previous video. I don't even know if I have an 8th hat kicking around right here. I know it might be a little hard to believe, but we're just gonna throw it a little bit old school right here, and you're gonna kind of see me, at least in the form of some Animal Crossing gameplay, where that is a little virtual me on my little island, so I guess you'll kind of get to see that. And it's been a bit since I've done a gameplay commentary like this. But either way, this is what has been happening. For the past about week or so, I noticed that my pair of Joy-Cons, the main pair that I end up using, the left one started getting a little bit of a drift to it. At first I thought it was imagining it, but it was happening a little too often. It was just, it kept going on, and the problem is it's not even super consistent, mind you. I actually tried to record it and demonstrate it in this video here. Unfortunately though, I was not able to get it to replicate by any means. Now, I'm actually sending my entire pair of Joy-Cons here because the right one, as of last night, within a week of all this happening, started having a completely different issue. It's not that it is drifting, it's that you can no longer press that stick in. Almost like an R3 or the right stick, like just pressing that stick in, you know, if you press it in it clicks. You can't do that anymore. It almost feels like there might be like something clicking or something messed up inside of it. I don't know. It just feels like a little bit like crunchy near the bottom, if that makes any sense. Have no idea how that came about, but when that happened, I just kind of said, damn it, out loud. I was sitting there, I was trying to enjoy some Burnout Paradise Remastered, and then I ran into that, and also my left stick was going crazy in the menus when I was doing a few things there. But either way, I decided to fire up Nintendo's website. I decided to send off my Switch Joy-Cons for an RMA, and I guess we'll see what happens. You know what, at this point here, I've already packaged them up, I've already sent them off, so maybe I'll just show you all some sad footage of that burial, so to speak.
Just call me one more time, give me one more look at your face. 'Cause it gets harder and harder and harder to walk away. And I'll try to move on, but always on my mind. 'Cause you're the only thing that keeps me away from myself.
Please think a little of me. I ain't crazy to be pushing you around in a wheelchair.
Come on, stop beefing. I'm all right.
You know, I'll be honest, I actually thought I was going to be one of the lucky ones here. This pair of Joy-Con I got, it is the neon yellow and neon green ones, and I ended up getting them when Super Mario Party ended up releasing out the little bundle that came with that pair of Joy-Cons, as well as the game itself. So I've used these as my main pair for about 2 years, and they easily have hundreds of hours on them. And granted, people have seen Joy-Con drift as early as maybe after 10 or 20 hours of play. And by the way, it affects anything that is going to use this type of stick right here. Yes, that also includes a Switch Lite. So if you have a Switch Lite and you are listening to and watching this, guess what? You are just as susceptible to Joy-Con drift as people who have regular Joy-Cons. Now, I feel like my Joy-Cons, the ones I got in 2018 and just sent off, are better than my 2017 models, but it shows me that unfortunately, the issue is still there, the issue has not been remedied, and this is just incredibly disappointing that it hasn't been remedied. And you know what, if you're watching this and you're saying, oh, hey, I don't have Joy-Con drift and I play my system and my Joy-Cons and I use them all the time, maybe you should take better care of your stuff. I try to take care of my stuff, alright? I try the best I can. But when it comes down to this, if you haven't experienced Joy-Con drift, congratulations, you have not played using your Joy-Cons long enough. Keep playing. It's not going to be a matter of if it will happen, it will be a matter of when it happens. And if it hasn't happened now, just keep using that set of Joy-Cons and you'll eventually run into it. I don't know what is worse here, the Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death or the Joy-Con drift. Because see, when it came to the Xbox 360, when it would die, and for anyone who does not know, pretty much if you bought an Xbox 360 in 2006, 2007, or 2008, you bought it pretty much with a death certificate right out of the box. You had to keep in mind, oh, this system is gonna die, so maybe I should buy an extended warranty so that way I could just bring the system back to the store when it dies in about a year and a half, as opposed to dealing with Microsoft and paying all the money to get it sent off and all that stuff. And that was before they extended their warranty out to 3 years. But here's the thing, at least you kind of bought that with the solace of knowing that it was going to die. It was just one of those facts of life during that generation. Death was guaranteed, taxes were guaranteed, and your Xbox 360 getting a red ring was guaranteed. And at this point, a few generations later, we're dealing with the Switch and the Joy-Con. It's going to happen at one point. And the reason why I say I'm not sure which one is worse is because at least Microsoft kind of, they acknowledged there was a bit of a problem, while Nintendo is trying to fight back in their court case when there is a class action lawsuit being opened against them for this, and there's even more that are being opened, and it doesn't seem like they're doing anything to readily remedy this. It seems like any revisions to the Joy-Cons that have been made have been more for connectivity issues, which is great, mind you, because the original launch model Joy-Cons don't have the best connectivity, especially the left one, and that seems to have been improved. But when it comes to the actual drift itself with that stick, it doesn't seem like there's really been any sort of fix that has been done on there. So that's why I'm saying, like, well, maybe the red ring was a little better. You know what? Because when the system dies, it just dies. You turn it on and it blinks red at you. It's just winking at you, smiling, and that's about it. But with the Joy-Con drift, I don't know. And there's different variations of it as well, too. It's just so unpredictable. I think the best and worst thing is there's just so many things that are going on right now as well, too, that I'm not sure if it's just more stuff happening or I'm more cognizant of it. But for example, I just did an episode of Mod Chat right before this upload here, where I was talking about all of the legal stuff that Nintendo has been doing and all the controversies they've gotten themselves into in regards to taking down the Big House Online and doing several other things. And they've really been ramping up on just every little small and petty thing this year, it sounds like. And then this was finally the time where I said, you know what, I think I'm going to buy some new Joy-Con shells and I'm going to attempt to reshell my Joy-Cons. And I've been putting that off for so long because of this Joy-Con drift issue. But you know what? Then I ran into this here, and now I'm just rethinking it. And funny enough, this was actually the one pair I was not going to reshell, because I actually like these colors. So my other ones, my gray ones, I was planning on reshelling, and I'll be honest, I'm still probably going to do it. And I'm just going to replace the sticks myself if that ever comes up. But either way, I'm almost thinking of just using those there until I run into issues, and then I can RMA them, and I would get like maybe newer models or something. Because a lot of the time, from what I'm seeing, people people who do send out their Joy-Cons for repair, there's actually many times they just get new Joy-Cons. That actually happened to my younger brother. Both of his Joy-Cons were so bad with the drift that he couldn't do anything. You would just look at those things and they would start drifting and going crazy in menus and doing all of this mad stuff, right? It was really bad for him. So we sent his off and he got a fresh pair of Joy-Cons, and I'm almost kind of just considering using them until I can send them off and get them hopefully properly repaired or even replaced, and then doing the reshells. But we'll see. Who am I kidding myself? I'm probably gonna do it. I could probably even do the repair myself right now, but look, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit lazy, alright? Right now, I'm feeling a little bit lazy. It's holiday season. I'm busy with stuff offline. I also want to relax a little bit as well, too. I just got my Cyberpunk 2077. I have it installed, ready to go. And instead of playing Cyberpunk, I'm sitting here talking about Joy-Cons. Oh well. If I have any recommendations for you, if you've made it to the end of the video here, if you are getting a Switch with Joy-Cons or a Switch Lite, let it be known that you will eventually get Joy-Con drift, so prepare for the worst on that. If you have to replace the Joy-Con, was it the sticks on there, it seems to be an easy enough repair and you can get the parts pretty affordably. However, at least if you're in the US or Canada, and check other territories as well too, you can actually get Joy-Con drift repaired for free, and it doesn't even cost anything with shipping. You contact Nintendo, you do it all automated online. That's how often this is happening. You can just open up a ticket online. Within a day, they send you a prepaid little mailer, I guess, or not mailer, they send you a stamp that you print out. The point is, everything is prepaid on there. You send off, you get them repaired, you get them back, and that's about it. But just plan accordingly for that. Oh, and for anybody who has a Pro Controller who regularly uses that, who might be worried about this, from what I see, this isn't really an issue with the Pro Controller. My Pro Controllers have actually been pretty great, aside from the very first one I told you all I bought, and it died after one use. As I said in the video, I talked about that. You want to know how long a Pro Controller battery lasts? About 3 months. You want to know the lifespan of my Pro Controller? It was also about 3 months, coincidentally. Oh well. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed this kind of ramble. I don't know, I guess it's more of a ramble on here, because I don't really do these all that often now. But if you liked this format as well too, let me know. I feel like it's a little more laid back. I feel like I can flub up my words a little bit more, and I can just do whatever the hell I want to on here. I actually low-key kind of miss gameplay commentaries, but I don't do them all that often. But maybe I'll do them every once in a while just to be a little bit of a treat on here. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Let me know if you've experienced the dreaded Joy-Con drift and what you have done to either mitigate it or see what's going on. Or, you know, maybe you just didn't do anything. Either way, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, a like would absolutely be appreciated. And if you didn't like it, a dislike is fine as well, too.